Hi there, it's me, it's Joe. I just wanted to give everyone an update. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for so many people that reached out since my Kill Tony performance and said such sweet and kind things to me and gave me words of encouragement. And I am really looking forward to hopefully getting back on again. I I'm going to be going down back to Austin in August, I think August 22nd. So I'm going to see Dave Smith. He's got a show at the Mothership that weekend. And then I plan to make three more attempts at Kill Tony, as well as work on stand up through all the open mics and different places and other opportunities that might come up while I'm down there. Um, I jokingly called the first Kill Tony attempt Operation Conservative Psyop, and the idea for that was to go down and do stand up comedy um, as a tool for or as an avenue to reach people that I'm not able to reach as a trans person and as someone getting kicked out of the military. And I just really I've always been such a fan of Joe Rogan and everything he's doing in Austin with the mothership. And for years, I listened to like Mike Birbiglia's Working It Out podcast about how they break down jokes and make them better. And I was just always a fan and just kind of geeked out on the behind the scenes of it all and never thought that all of that would come into handy and I would somehow use all that what seemingly was useless knowledge that I was collecting over the years. And I did open mics for about 4 weeks and did Kill Tony and got picked somehow randomly the first time, which is pretty exciting. I hope my second appearance, if I get one, isn't terrible because the first one it is what it is, and if it's decent, which I think mine was, I got a big joke book after all. Then my second one I could bomb. That would be terrible, and it would just destroy me probably. But I mean, I would be okay. But the idea is to go down and hopefully do even better than I did the first time. So that's my goal. I've been working on some new material, even some non-trans related material, and I'm really excited to do that. What else is going on? Geez, so phase 2 of Operation Conservative PSYOP is going to be 3 weeks in Austin, Texas, and I'm going to be down there, and like I'm getting bookings for actual like opening for actual comedians like around the country. Who would have thought? I feel like I skipped something here because most comedians, I think, they do open mics and maybe they get some showcases and some guest spots and stuff. And within 2 months, I've kind of, I think, skipped what most comedians do in the first year or two. And my concern is that I'm missing out on very important lessons that I'm going to learn in front of bigger audiences with more attention around me. And that could be great or that could be terrible. And so I don't know. Like I'm so humble and it's not lost on me how hard comedians work to get these types of opportunities. And so I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for everyone who's been so supportive. And I really enjoyed doing the Reddit Ask Me Anything and the Kill Tony subreddit. That's really cool. And just so many people in there. We were just making jokes and everything is like a Ask a Trans Anything. And it was really fun. And I'm changing minds, like people keep telling me I changed their mind about trans people in general. And so that's what's keeping me going. I have a really good job and it pays the bills. It allows me to live a great life. While comedy is very exciting and fun to do, I'm doing it because of like it's just a great avenue to reach people, and I am having a blast. Like I'm becoming addicted to getting laughs and joke writing and just geeking out on that. And so maybe there's a path for me that I could eventually replace my full-time employment with being a stand-up comedian. That would be a dream at this point, just because of how cool it is to be so close to some of the circles that I would listen to for hours on podcasts and go to their stand-up shows. I just recently saw Louis C.K. He came into Richmond, and when I was walking in through the ticket line, someone else was like, "Hey, I just saw you on Kill Tony." Like it's just so crazy that like you know that's such a big audience, and I was so thankful to be able to share that stage. That's a iconic stage for me to be on the mothership, and um, I'm taking over. I'm going to take over the comedy in Austin, Texas. I'm going to fill the niche that's not being filled, which is I joke, I say Kill Tony's got a lineup of disabled people and all these different things that it's pretty much a DEI lineup of regulars and golden ticket winners, and there's no trans person yet. And I feel like I could fit that mold. Um, but I want to earn it, of course. Like I want to earn everything I do. I was joking with another comedian, like, I'm gonna be in the green room with you one day. You know that, right? And he's a well-known comedian. And I was just like, I'm gonna be in that green room with you shooting the shit. Like, but I'm not asking him to let me in. Like, I want to earn my place. And I think I can do that. So much of the green room, from what I can hear through Rogan and other people when they talk about it, like the hang, it's very similar to how I describe being in a barracks in the military. And I really miss that about the military. I really miss just like ribbing each other and shooting the shit and just, talking about whatever. And um, it sounds like the green room is the closest thing to kind of the raw and unfiltered talk that you get in a barracks. And so some of that is chasing that because, I mean, as it stands right now, my unit is doing their 2 weeks of annual training. And I'm still in the signal group. And so I see all the messages. And unfortunately, I'm on administrative absence because of the executive order. And so I'm just sitting on the sidelines. Like, I'm not able to go, I'm not able to help or participate. I'm just watching them chat. And I'm making a joke every now and then where I can in the group chat, but it's just not the same as being there and being around my brothers and sisters in arms. And of course, flying those beautiful machines. The Blackhawks are just incredible. And I live close enough to where we do our training that I see them flying near my house. I did recently move back into my house, so I was temporarily away as part of my transition, and some things were rearranged, and my ex was able to move out, and my daughter, who's now 18, has graduated and has gone to college. So it's made sense for kind of all of us to play Ring Around the Houses. We're all still very close, but for obvious reasons, we're both dating, for example. Like, separately, we can't really be around each other all the time. Like, we gotta have boundaries now, and that's just something that is a beautiful transformation that's happened. But long story short, I've got my house back, which means I have all my video games, which is back there. Oh, back there. All the Halo Xboxes, some GameCubes, NES, SNES, Segas, and then on the other shelf back there, I've got a huge like Tomb Raider Lara Croft collection, a bunch of special edition consoles. That's like my big thing is like The Last of Us PlayStation, and just different things. A Guar skateboard, because Guar is big in Richmond, so it's a Guar skateboard from Guarbecue that's signed by the band before the singer passed away. But yeah, just nice to be back in my space with my things. And I know it's stereotypical that a trans woman has a bunch of video games and figurines, but so much of that was a coping mechanism for years. Being able to play as a woman in a video game and being able to just kind of admire strong female characters and wishing I could be one day, and seeing yeah, I mean, that's basically it. It was a coping mechanism. I loved playing those games, but it was also a way to vicariously put myself in the position of being a woman, going around and doing missions and doing things, driving cars, whatever, being a badass. Like, so it doesn't hold as much of importance to me. I keep all of it because it's a part of me in that sense, and it's a really cool collection. But I definitely don't play nearly like I did a few years ago. Um, I'm actually really enjoying my life, so I don't play as many video games, which is beautiful, I think. It's a cool world. And then, of course, I'm just gonna keep working on stand up. I'm gonna keep trying to get better, keep trying to get stage time. I've got some really cool jokes, I think, uh, in the hopper. We'll see what comes out. I'm still figuring out what my next Kill Tony minute is going to be. I mean, I have one already that I know for sure will do well. I think it'll do. But I'm working on some other material, but it's hard to get the other material I'm doing down to 60 seconds. I can do it in 60 seconds, but I feel like it loses the ability to build with having the timing. It's not that I have more words, it's just that if I just keep going one after another into the setup that sets up the joke I'm talking about, um, it just doesn't seem to flow right. It doesn't feel right. And every time I've done that joke live, the more space I give it to land, the better it does because it's talking about pedophiles. So that subject you can't just like jump right into. Maybe on Kill Tony you can. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm doing. So I don't know why I would say you can't do that. You could probably do it. Like I just don't know how to do it because I'm a noob. I'm so inexperienced and I'm getting offers that someone like me should not be getting. But I am very thankful for them and I'm going to respect them. I'm going to work really hard to be a team player, especially for the people I open for. Anyone that I do a show with, a showcase with, know that I'm going to show up on time. I'm going to know my material. I'm going to ask you what you would like me to do as far as, to make the show flow. Like, I, I feel like a guest in the world that I'm playing in right now. And as a guest, you want to be respectful. And so that's what I'm doing. Um, but other than that, my goal is to take over in a good way. I'm going to win you all over, but I, I'm taking over Austin, Texas. I'm taking over comedy. That town deserves a better class of trans joke. They're hacky, like most of them. Tony's got some good ones. Rogan's got some good ones. Of course, the greats have good trans jokes because they're good joke writers. But man, I saw some sets that were just what I don't even want to try to recite them. It was just so bad. I was like, come on, like I love good trans jokes, and you're just not. It's hacky. It's hacky. It's very popular right now to punch down on trans people, and so comedians are getting laughs just because. And so I think they could be doing better, and I want to elevate that. I have a unique experience as being a trans person, so I can make some jokes that they probably wouldn't think. But then also they could bounce ideas off of me. Like they could actually ask, like, "Hey, is this accurate? Like, or does this make sense?" Um, I think that would also help their material if they actually knew a trans person. Like a lot of these people that are telling trans jokes have never met a trans person or actually know a trans person well enough. So they're just playing off of like tropes and stereotypes, which is fine. Like I get it. Like there are some funny ones that way, but we've heard a lot of them and it's time for something new. So that's what I'm going to offer. And I just hope you enjoy whatever I put out and thank you so much for following along and um, I'm very grateful.